Fairyland. It's Tea with Tamara.
Care Bear Stare. Hey everybody, this is super exciting. Welcome to a very special edition of Tea with Tamara. I'm very excited. Please let me know if you enjoyed this version of Tea with Tamara, because I would love to have some more Tea with Tamara ands, having special guests. So let me know in the comments below. I'm super excited to have a very special guest today. Am I frozen? We're back. I'm very excited to have a very special guest today. Merel Kriegsman. Is that how I say your last name, Merel?
No, but it's okay. Everybody says it that way. It's okay.
No, but tell us how to say it, because names are powerful. We're going to be talking about the power of words today. So you're
the real pronunciation is Merel Kriegsman, because I am Dutch, and I know you're kind of like a half Dutchy too, right?
I am. Yeah, my dad was born in Holland.
Yeah, no, it's like that's how you say it, Merel Kriegsman. So yeah, but it's okay. Like my husband calls me Merel Kriegsman too, so my kids do too now. They just like switched over to English when we got here, bastards. And now they.
Oh my God, I love it. So I just want to kind of lead some really exciting things, which I often always say, and we were talking about this right before we went live, is that our words are extremely powerful. And I often say the very first phase of self-care is learning the language of how we speak to ourselves, right? And so You've actually created a way in which now you take that power and you serve other people through those words. Can you embellish? Well, first of all, introduce yourself, and then we can embellish on that a little bit.
Yeah, so I'll just do like a quick intro. So I'm a conversion copywriter. Hi everyone, my name is Merel. I think I see some familiar faces in the likes in the comments. So hello people. I make my clients millions writing amazing sales pages and helping them with their sales strategies. And good morning. And life is good. I live on a farm in Canada. We moved there from Central Europe, where we were concert singers, and then I switched careers, and then we were like, oh, we're location independent. And then my husband was like, oh, I have this farm I'm going to inherit, and now we can actually go there. And so we did that last year. So we live on 160 acres of land that we farm out, and we're responsible for 10 of those. And so we have a huge veg patch. We have 2 little kids, and life is really sweet. It's great to have my own house, my own huge garden. We're dreaming about chickens and livestock, and yeah, things are sweet.
And I just love that it's not very often I get to talk to a fellow Canadian. Usually, you know what I mean? We're internationally bound, and so this is a really fun kind of jam.
Yeah, for sure. And so about your questions about words. So what I always teach is of course, the words that you use in your copy is what is going to attract your tribe. What is also really important though is, and often completely overlooked, people don't pay great attention to that, is the social proof that you use and the words that are said, experiences that are described in the testimonials that you share, whether it's video or written, because that is what people look for on a website, for example, or a sales page, and see if they connect with those kinds of people, because you can try and sell something until you see blue in the face, and with all the most beautiful words in the world that you can imagine, it needs to be backed up by the experience of people you have already served. That's what people look for. So I always tell my clients to pay great attention to crafting incredible social proof, helping their clients actually describe or put into words what their experience has been, because people look for that. And if they see hey, she came to this service provider or this coach with the same kind of desires that I have, and she got those results. She has gone through the transformation and is now at the other end of that. That's like huge. It's really, really huge. So both kind of pieces, like the words you use in your own copy, and then also the words and things that are described in the social proof, they have to kind of like blend together to make a really powerful, create a really powerful link that is kind of like irresistible to people.
So that brings me to like a really powerful place where we need to, as human beings and as entrepreneurs and as providers of care, get over this feeling that we are bragging, or we're boasting, or we are overly sharing the results that we give, because that is actually what the person who we're here to serve is looking to receive from us in order to be able to, raise their hand and be like, yes, you're the person that is going to help me solve this problem.
Oh, I'm like huge on this too, Tamara. So I'm happy you're bringing this up. It's like when you start writing copy, you always have to ask yourself, if I had 10 times the courage I really have right now, what would I write? Like if I wasn't afraid I wasn't going to deliver, what would I promise? Right? So we write from this place of almost like fearlessness, which doesn't exist. So let's rephrase that. Like we need like 51%, like self-confidence versus like 49%. Like what the heck? Like who am I to do this? Right? Like we just need like 1% more on the other side, and just not be stopped by fear when it comes to putting our words into the world. Yeah.
I love that, right? Because I think that one of the things that I think is the most powerful as entrepreneurs and as people, and even just anyone, even as parents, is living on that cusp of discomfort, just that place of like where you get that wiggle of like, I can't put this out. I can't do this. This is a little bit too much. And I love the way that, by the way, I had shivers running over my body when you were actually saying that, because it's so true that we have to be in that space of we are our own cheerleader. If we can't speak this well about ourselves, who's going to speak for us other than someone that we can hire like you?
If people want to like an example of like a total shameless boaster, like go to my personal profile and just like hang out there for a little bit and scroll. Like I literally, I got over that. Like I was like really bullied as a kid because I was always just like self-confident and stuff. And it just like, I don't know, kind of rocked the boat or something. And then I really had to transcend that as already like being very young. And so now I'm not really afraid of like online bullies, and thank goodness I've never really encountered that anymore, because I think my confidence is really, visible. And it's just like whenever I share a post that I think is like, ooh, like are people gonna like hate me because I just wrote down on my Facebook or my personal profile that I landed 31K in sales, Monday. Like, are they going to like be offended by that? And it's like, that's never the case, And even if one person were to like, poop on my party, like it would be really like, okay, compared to like the 100 of likes and loves and like the 60 comments that I got from, people that are really inspired by that. Like it's really about whether it's like, the copy we share, whether it's on a website or our own timeline or whatever it is, or it's like how we, get our social proof in like tip-top shape. It's all about giving yourself permission to be more of who you are and to share that for. Yeah.
Beautiful. And sometimes I do get people, because I truly believe that we can create social proof immediately, right away, like even before we have our first client. And I'm just going to have you, kind of, for those who don't have an existing clientele base or thinking about launching their business or all of these kinds of things, because like, as long as we're a few steps ahead of the person standing behind us and we have placed ourselves in a position to reach back and say like, hey, I've gotten myself to here, like, let me help you. Can you kind of guide them a little bit on things they can do through that avenue of just kind of being like, okay, I want to bring something into the world, and maybe I don't have any clients. Maybe this isn't for me yet, because I think that what you're saying has value even with or without having a clientele base already.
Well, it's all about building credibility, and especially online. And like we met one another through, Chris Winfield's Unfair Advantage Live, which is then another avenue of like media publicity, is another avenue of building that credibility. But especially when you're just starting out, what I did is I worked for a few clients for like a reduced rate, so for a testimonial, which is kind of like the way to do it, right? So what is really important though is before you go into attracting like perhaps those 1 or 2 or 3 people you're going to help for at a reduced rate, to get that testimonial, is getting really, really, really clear on what the desires are of your soul tribe, right? So if you know that the person you're supposed to lead through transformation wants to get pregnant naturally, then you need to just attract people or work with people that have that desire, so that by the time you've helped them through the transformation, you get back social proof that says, so and so has helped me get pregnant naturally and it's been amazing, blah 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 blah. But that core desire or that core transformation that you offer is consistently there in the testimonials. So let's say you're like a nutritionist and it's like, yeah, I could get, help people get pregnant naturally. I could also help people lose weight. Like the losing weight thing will not help you attract people you're really meant to serve, right? People who want to get pregnant naturally, just as an example. Yeah. So you want to really think this through. Like what is my niche? How do I want to position myself, being a real expert at, so that, all the social proof that you're going to assemble, all the work that you do with your clients contributes to positioning you as the expert. That's really, really important.
I love it. The things that I often say to are the, really understanding the dream come true.
Yeah.
Which is what that is. And also their pain points, their problems in their work. Is my microphone messing up on your end at all?
No, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. I also want to let anyone know in the comments to ask any questions that they have for Merel right now as well. This is an opportunity for you guys to, she's a brilliant brain. Tell us about some things that you have actually, people you've worked with, things you've done. Let's bring out your social proof here. Merel, let's hear.
So
let's bring jam on. I love jam. It's a word right now.
So I always love to tell a story, not just because it's like fucking awesome I got to do that, but also because it like shows what happens when you get your like super ovaries working for you. I don't want to say balls because like we got ovaries. When I just got started out, so if people are listening that are just getting started, like this might be a really inspiring story. When I just got started out, I joined Marie Forleo's Copy Cure, which is like a copywriting program. Kind of like, hey, I want to be a copywriter, so I'm going to do this program and like, help. And it did. Like, it's a great program. And then there was like a live pop-up, kind of like an online live event for like 2 weeks, where she and Laura Belgray were like helping and giving people feedback. So really like direct access to Marie and Laura Belgray. And Laura Belgray just kind of like tapped me on the shoulder and said, hey, it's great to have another copyhead in here. And I just like took that as like okay, game on. I'm going to give feedback. Like they didn't ask me, but I don't care. I'm just going to like pretend like I'm on staff there and just give people feedback in the group. And so for those 2 weeks, I just like showed up every day and gave incredible feedback. I love to teach. So I remember, so I just had my little daughter, Ava, and I was literally like washing, poopy like I say that like bodies and stuff like in the sink in our tiny little bathroom in Leipzig in Germany at that time. And there was like a live call, and she mentioned me and said like, and we also personally want to thank Merel for showing up and giving us this amazing feedback. And I was just like I dropped a little like piece of clothing, and I was just like, oh my God, like I'm sitting here with my little girl, and like, you know, Marie Forleo just mentioned me on the call. And then the year after that, so it was just like in the first 18 months of my business, I got an email from Marie's team if I could please be an official mentor that year, and mentor alongside her. Oh, 1 second, my phone is going.
Oh, good. Real TV, real lives.
Real lives. There we go. And mentor alongside, you know, Marie Forleo and Laura Belgrace, like an official mentor, and that kind of exploded my career for sure. But it like the reason I'm telling that, like, of course, it's awesome to be like handpicked by Marie Forleo to go teach her tribe, you know, alongside her and Laura Belgrace, which is kind of like freaking awesome. It's also, it goes to show that I didn't wait to like get permission to just dive in and give value. And that has been like a real like a common theme in every success that I've had, is that I didn't wait for permission from other people. I just went ahead and did it.
I think that that's so powerful. It's so powerful for right?
Yeah,
because
right?
It represents a magical space where we don't have something. We trust that it's coming, and then we take action on it. And the action is the key component. It's the piece that you know,
totally
drives the train. Without taking action, we don't. And like you being brave enough to actually say like, okay, this is it. Yay, I can actually make comments there. That is, oh, look, I'm going to share this because we got that from Lisa Berry. You also mentioned that you love to teach. Now, you do have a 3-part series coming up that you are offering. Is that true?
Yeah, so I am teaching a series which is all about high-end selling. It's starting today at 4 p.m. Eastern time. And the reason I do that, or the reason I chose to teach this particular class, first of all, because I'm incredibly good at selling high-end packages. I've literally sold like websites, like 6-page websites at 25K. It's just something that I always like push myself and see it as a game to charge more and more. And it's incredible what happens, because the more like you charge, the more time you have to really deliver quality service, the better social proof you get, the more like the kind of echelon of clients that you attract become like more and more influential. So it's like this incredible, juicy, beautiful cycle, upward cycle of success. And so I'll be teaching that. And again, like I'm going to be sitting down after this interview and actually figure out what I'm going to teach today, because I just do things on the fly. But it will be incredible. Like today we're tackling like the kind of like the must-haves that you need to have in place before you raise your prices. Then the next day we're going to talk about how do you actually raise your prices, and how do you know what you want to charge, right? Like how do you decide? And then on the third day we're going to like do an entire breakdown of a small sales page that people can just like use as a template to sell their high-end offer. So really, really exciting stuff coming up for sure.
I love that. We will absolutely put a link to that in the comments directly after this video ends broadcast, because I think that there's a lot of people who will absolutely thrive and love that. Other than this 3-part video series, Merel, where can we find you? Where can we like grab more information? If we need copywriting, find you? Like, where is Merel on the web?
So I have a website. It's going to be completely overhauled. So I literally wrote that website before I started my business. So it's like it's due. But you can go and learn more about me at merelkriegsman.com. What I would recommend though is like the I love doing lives. I love teaching live, just being that is a great way for me to connect with my audience. I used to be a performer, singer, so it's like I love being on camera. So find me, like my page, my Merel Kriegsman copywriting page, and also just like friend me. Like my personal profile is full of like incredible copywriting advice, and always feel free to send me a personal message on Facebook. I'm constantly on Facebook and constantly in my Facebook Messenger. I send people like little voice messages, and I just love it. So I'm super accessible. Just like friend me, send me a personal message, and let's connect.
I love that. I always say I'm a social media whore. So like, it's nice to hear some other people are too.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's spectacular because like it's a piece. I was on Facebook all the time anyway, before I built my business. Right. And so like, it's how do you monetize being on Facebook all the time?
Now we get to make
right. I built.
Yeah.
Make money on the thing that you do the most of in your day. Like that is the key to creating a business that's sustainable for you 100%. Absolutely. Well, I love the way that you have come forth and talked about, you know, being in that state of discomfort and the fearlessness and kind of pushing the edges of your copy so that people can actually attract to you and to your message and to your voice, which is in truth bringing your soul clients to you. I'm so grateful for you coming and sharing this space with us all and your message. Is there anything else you want to say before we pop off here?
Well, just like, I think, repeat that like great prompt that I used before I started writing. So if I had 10 times more the courage that I really feel I have right now, what would I write? If I wasn't afraid, I wouldn't be able to deliver, what would I promise? Right? So I always write the copy first, and then I rise to the occasion. So never write copy based on this is what feels comfortable right now. Copy needs to make you feel uncomfortable. Like if you have written your sales page, you need to feel, holy fuck, like if I am able to deliver this, it's like gonna change the world. Like it's gonna change lives. That's how you need to feel. You need to feel a little scared, to be honest.
Ooh, I get shivers. I love the way you talk. You make me all feel all the feels, Merel, and that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I'm super excited. Go pop over to Merel's personal Facebook, add her as a friend. We're going to put the link in, grab this 3-part series. It sounds divine. I know that personally, as soon as we post it, I'm signing up for it today. And this is going to be pure magic. You are truly, truly an incredible, energetic being. And I'm so honored to share your stardust and your light with this tribe. So thank you.
Oh, I received that. Thank you so much.
Yay. All right, guys, if you have any questions once this broadcast has ended, please feel free to continue asking questions. Like we will both be popping in and answering any questions that you have. Thank you so much for coming again. If you like the idea of Tea with Tamara and somebody, please put that in the comments below. And if you miss these videos or any videos, you can pop over to YouTube at www.youtube.com/Tamara Arnold for all the juicy goodness on energy and creating the business and life that you love. So we will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.